Okay, today's daf is Pei Zayin, and we're up to Pei Vav on the base, about 10 lines in the bottom. Said Mavayashes Asuma, someone who embarrasses Asuma is Chayev. But someone embarrasses Asuma is Chayev. Masnisan like Rabbi Yehuda. Our Mishnah is not like Rabbi Yehuda. We met this on the Amid Aleph. The Tanya, Rabbi Yehuda Aimer, Suma ein leBoishes. Asuma what? There's no Boishes by Asuma. The Kachay Rabbi Yehuda Poiter. Mechayve Golus, Mechayve Malkios, Mechayve Mrs. Bezdin. The pat is not only does he pata a suma from Busha, he's pata him if he kills someone, Bishogeg. He's pata him if he eats Mechayve Malkis, eats that's a Chazal Elenu, Mechayve Mrs. Bezdin be pata. Okay, we're gonna have a limudim for all of these. My time with Rabbi Yehuda, why is he pata from Busha? Why is he pata from Busha? So it says by Edim Zoimim, it says nefesh b'nefesh. It says by Busha v'katsoisi as kappa necha. So it says just like by Edim Zoimim, it says necha, and they're out of the ballpark. So to what by Busha necha, you're out of the ballpark. Okay, we'll get back to this in a second. Mahasam suma loy afchacha suma loy. Mechayve golus. Mechayve golus. Where do you know what that suma is part of golus? Right? It says the pasuk says in the pasuk of in the parsha of golus in the parsha of golus it says avashayavos areo biyar lachta veitzim. Right, they come into the forest to cut wood. V'nitcha yodam b'garzin lichros ha'etz v'noshal habarzil min ha'etz umotz esreyehu umeis hu yonas alachas ha'or me'ela v'choy. And oy b'chol even asher yamus b'loy rois v'yapel alav v'yamus. So it says b'loy rois. Then it says v'zed dvar ha'tzeach asher yonas shama v'choy asher yakas reyehu b'bli das. So it says b'loy rois, it says b'loy das. Okay. With that in mind, b'loy rois, prat l'suma. Rois is mashma, you could see. Prat l'suma, that what? That you can't see. The Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Meir, the Rabbi says asuma. In other words, b'loy rois means you could see, but the suma can't see anyway. Rabbi Meir says to include a suma. My time, Rabbi Yehuda, Amalacha says v'asher yavos re'yo b'yar lach devetzim. Now anyone can go into the woods. Anyone, even a suma, I feel a suma. Chasar rachmana b'loy rois. It says, and guess what? And he didn't see lemute suma. So in other words, anyone's there, but below rois excludes the suma. Rabbi Meir says no. Kasrachmana below rois lemute. Kasrachmana biblidas lemute. It says below rois, says blidas. Have a mir achamir. We have a rule in the Torah. You have one mir after another mir. Then mir achamir el l'rabbis. One mir comes to go ahead and the rabbis. Rabbi Yehuda, who b'blidas, problem miskav. What does Rabbi Yehuda do with the blidas if he doesn't use it to be a riboy? He uses it to problem miskavin. If you're miskavin to kill a behema and you kill a person, right, you won't go to golus, right? Go why blame miskavin? You won't go to golus. In other words, you might think you're killing b'shoige, you should go to golus. Since you want miskavin for the person, you don't go to golus. Chayve misis. How do you know chayve misis that assume is pata from chayve misis? Asir reit. We learn how to Gezer Shava. It says by Misa le'sichu kaifel nefesh reitzeach, and by Golus it says lo nushamach reitzeach. So just like by Golus we've established that the sum is out of the ballpark. Who adin reitzeach by that by Misa is out of the ballpark. Chayve Malkus. Where do you need Chayve Malkus? Asu Rasha Mechayve Misa. By Chayve Misa it says. It says by what? By Malchus Vahoyin bin Hakar Russia. It says Russia, so he's totally out of the ballpark. Okay? So we know Rabbi Yehuda Shita, you put the by Gola, you put the by Busha, you put the by Golus, you put the by Misa, and you put the by Malchus. And you put the by Malchus. Let's see Rashi for a second. On the Rashi's Diba Matzah Hilkach Suma Chayiv. Beidim Zayim Ksiv Leisokos Einecha Love, but Boishas Ksiv Katzoses Kappa Leisokos Einecha. Eidim, why are Eidim Zayimim out of the ballpark? Assume is out of the ballpark. Efsha Besumim. By Eidus, you can't have a blind person. The Be'in your ear. You need the ability to see. Dim Loy Ra'a Shekata Yada Shal Chaveiroi. If you didn't see that he cut off his friend's hand, how's it possible to testify? So it's mashma that it's a practical thing, right? Practically, if a person can't see, how can he possibly be an aid? He can't see. Now notice Rabbi Kiva Ega takens the word Heich Yoyed. Rabbi Kiva Ega takens the word Heich Yoyed. So you look on the Gilyon Ashas on the side. Says Rabbi Kiva Ega, Tmuali, I'm wondering about Rashi. It's possible to go ahead Rod and say that he says Adis before he became blind. In other words, he saw the person cut off another person's hand, and then he became blind. In other words, Rashi seems to say it's a practical thing. If a person is blind, he can't testify. Rabbi Kiva says, I'll give you a heketim where a summa could testify. He saw it before he became a summa. And to say we're limiting a summa to someone who was blind his whole life, that would not be pshat, because it's saying in general, it's saying any summa, mashma filu, person that became a summa. So therefore, he answers, if you go down to the bottom, uvarasham to summa puzzle, a summa is puzzle, d'chsiv, oira, prat l'summa, nicha sugi dahacha. What do you mean oira, prat l'summa? It's because there's a kosev. It's not a Rashi board. It's a practical thing. If you're blind, how can you testify? So therefore, you puzzle edis. Says the Rosh. It's not a practical thing. It's because there's a kosev. Oira. In other words, it says oira and assume is loira, and therefore you puzzle edis. So that would make the sugya easier. Edim Zayim means he's out of the ballpark of Edim. Why? Because oira, you have to be able to see, right? It's a kosev. No, it's not practical. Right, it's Xeris HaKosev. Once it's Xeris HaKosev, it's out of the ballpark. That would be a way to answer. Learn the sugya. Okay, Tanya Idach. So according to the first brisa that we just mentioned, fellas, that assume is part of a boishes, he's part of a begolus, he's part of a misa, and he's part of a malchus. As we're going to see, it extends. Tanya Idach. Rabbi Yehuda says, Suma ein la boishes. Suma has no boishes. A sum is part of from all dinim of the Torah. My time of Rabbi Yehuda, Amakra, the pasuk says, "V'shaftu ha'eda ben amaka u'ben goyel adam al mishpatim ha'ele," and it says the eda they'll judge the maka, the one who kills b'misa, u'ben goyel adam, the one who kills b'shaygeg, on these laws. Now we says mishpatim. And we go ahead and compare it to Maka Ugal Adam. Kol she'yeshnu b'Maka b'Ugal Adam. Anyone's in the ballpark of killing somebody, whether b'shoygeg or b'mezid, yeshnu b'mishpatim. Kol she'enu b'Maka b'Ugal Adam, enu b'mishpatim. So I was bothered by why did the Gemara say that Rabbi Yehuda is patis you from boishes? It's mashma. It's part of much more than boishes. It's part of from all mishpatim, right? All dinim, right? It's part of all dinim. So why do you limit it to boishes? We introduced it. The Mishnah says that if you go ahead and embarrass a summa, Yechayev says if you departed from Boishes and we have a limit for Boishes, you have much more bigger limit than Boishes. It's departed from all dinim. So look at the Taisus on Pei Zayin Amud Aleph, guys. The Taisus, the first one. Tema in Cain. My area departed Rabbi Yehuda b'Boishes le'el, v'lamali gzeres shava de'inecha einecha. In other words, we have a limit from over here, guys. We're comparing all dinim to galus, right? Or to galus and to misa. Just like they're out of the ballpark of misa, they're out of the ballpark of all dinim. Frek toisvis. So why did I need a limit for Boishes? Right? Einecha. Boishes is a din. I know it from what? From the limud, from Mishpatim to Golus and Makkah. Once I have the second limud in this brisa, I don't need the first limud that we began to share with of Einecha. I know for the fact that what? That Boishes is a din, and they're out of the ballpark of dinim. Guys, you good? You hear the kasha. It's a good kasha. Not that Taisus needs my askama. V'nira l'ri, shel b'soif chaza by Rabbi Yehuda, mimasha hoya poitro mi Boishes levad. He's having chalrota from mat beinecha einecha. Kishem matzah drasha lepoitroi mimisa v'golis. In other words, guys, we began. Look at me. We began with Boishes einecha einecha, and then we extended it, right? And we extended it, right? Once we had the extension of Golus, of Reitzeach, right? Once we had that already, he had charata from what? From that. And Memela, and that's not a kasha. He had charata. In other words, that he said Einecha was before he had the drasha on Galus and Misa. Once he had the limit of Galus and Misa, and he knows you have the hekesh from Misa to Mishpatim, then Einecha is out. That's one way to learn. Inami or else, he loved the Goli Gezer Shabbat Einecha lepoitre suma habisvara lemidrash gabe Galus kareb meya. Maybe he would have gone ahead and darshaned it like Reb Meir darshaned it, and therefore what? We needed the limud. Tell me not. Okay, Geshmak. Another brisa, Tanya Idach, Rav Yehuda Aimer, Suma ein la boishes, v'chein hoy Rav Yehuda poitroi mikol mitzvahs amur b'toira. Not only, guys, that's progressively we've gone from boishes and Misa and Galus and Malchus to all dinim, and now we're going to Kol Tarakula. Tanya Idach, another brisa, Rabbi Yehuda is going to practice from every single mitzvah. Am Rav Shisha Brei Davidi, my time with Rabbi Yehuda, Amakra says, Elu ha-mitzvahs ha-chukim va-mishpatim, kol sheyeshna b'mishpatim, yeshna b'mitzvahs v'chukim. Anyone what is in the ballpark what of mishpatim is in the ballpark of mitzvahs v'chukim. V'chol she'ena b'mishpatim, and anyone who is not in mishpatim, ain't b'mitzvahs v'chukim. Now, how do you know they're not in the ballpark of mishpatim? Because of the drasha before, because we made the hekesh to what? To Misa and Galus. Just like you added the ballpark of Misa and Galus, you added the ballpark of Mishpatim. So now that we know he's added the ballpark of Mishpatim, I'll extend it. Not only is added the ballpark of Mishpatim, but Kol Mitzvahs Chukim, he's all out of everything. Unbelievable. So assume it's part from everything. Rav Yosef says, Rav Yosef, we had this morning in Kedushin, Meireish Hava Amina. Initially I said, Manda Amma, and keep in mind, Rav Yosef was blind, fellas. Rav Yosef was blind. Initially, when I heard Man Dama Alocha Kreb Yehuda Dama Suma Patim and Amitzis, Koyavdin and Yumatavel Rabbanan. Anyone who would have told me that Allah is like Rabbi Yehuda, that Asumas Pat for mitzvahs, I would have made a yontif. Why? My timer. The loy mifkadina. I'm not commanded to do it at all. The Koyavdina mitzvahs, and I do it. So in other words, I would have made such a party. Here I am. I'm partner. I'm doing it anyway. Bahashta the Shamiyale the Reb Chanina. The Reb Chanina Gadol HaMitzvah V'Oiseh. Mimisha Eina Mitzvah V'Oiseh. Great is the person who's commanded and does. Then one who's not commanded and does. The Amali Eina Halach Reb Yehuda. Anyone who would tell me Allah is not like Reb Yehuda. Kavdina Yimutav Rabbanan. My timer the Chimaf Kadina and Islay Igrit Fei. In other words, I would have thought that it's better. Initially, I thought that I'm not mitzvah. And here I am doing it anyway. And now I found out, 1 second, if you're not mitzvah, you're limited. Because even though you're getting schar, you're not going to get schar as much as the one who goes ahead and is mitzvah. But now that you told me I'm mitzvah, then I would have made a yontif. Right? I would have made a yontif because look, here I am now. Right? I'm mitzvah, I'm commanded, I'm doing it anyway. So therefore, that's the very, very famous Gemara. One kasha, famous kasha, is I thought you're supposed to serve a Kodesh Baruch Hu Amanas Shloim Kabel Pras. So because now what is he saying? The one who would told me that you mitzvah that Allah is not like Rabbi Yehuda that assume is chayev, I would have made it because now I'm going to get more schar. But 1 second, I'm not serving Hashem for schar. So the Ben Yoyadi answers, guys, what's the schar of a mitzvah? Guys, what's the schar of a mitzvah? It's mitzvah. It's another mitzvah, right? Not kabel schar that get rewarded. The schar mitzvah is mitzvah. The schar of one mitzvah is another mitzvah. So he wants to do more mitzvahs and more mitzvahs. That's what he means, that he would have made a yantiv. By the way, there's a sefer called Yamshel Shlomo. I have this sefer, it's in the way of Shlomo Luria. I do not have it in my possession because it's in my daughter's basement, because since I moved, I don't have many of my svarim. But I do remember this is a very interesting source. Why do we make a suda by a bar mitzvah? Why are you making a suda by a bar mitzvah? We have a source we went through the source for bris milah. We just had it the other day. We had a source for pidyon aben. Why you make it, right? Why do you make for a bar mitzvah? And this is the Gemara. Because now he's mitzvah v'oisa. Until he's bar mitzvah, he's not mitzvah v'oisa. But now that what you're telling me mitzvah v'oisa, I make a party, right? So what do you see? The day that a person becomes mitzvah v'oisa, we make a party. That's the source what for sudas bar mitzvah, according to Yamshel Shlomo. Very, very geshmak. Now, it's a very important taisus to do over here. It's the second taisus v'chein. So it's mashma if the halacha is not like Rabbi, if the halacha would be like Rabbi Yehuda, a suma would be pata from mitzvahs, any mitzvah. Rabbi Yehuda poitrim become mitzvahs hamuros b'Torah. Tema hadid nam perak hakoyres hamegillah. Rabbi Yehuda Omer kol shlei ra ma'uros meyamav. Anyone who did not see ma'oros, did not see the sun in his days, la yifras al shema. There used to be mitzi people in Shema. Remember, people couldn't read, so the person would go ahead and read. Now, if you never saw it, you can't make the bracha. The bracha is a kriya shema. One of the brachas is yotzim ma'oros. If you never saw the ma'oros, you can make the bracha. So how can you possibly go ahead and be might see a person on yotzim ma'oros if you didn't see it? So now, if Rabbi Yehuda says anyone who didn't see it, wait, I feel a rov and this not. According to Rabbi Yehuda, even if you saw it and you became blind, so you could make the bracha, but you're pata. If you're pata, you can't be might see somebody else. Right, the Gemara Kasha. Let's go through it. You're telling me a suma is pata from mitzvahs, according to Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda in the Gemara Megillah says a suma cannot go ahead and make the bracha of Kriya Shema to be mighty someone. If what? If he never saw the sun. Mashma, if he did see the sun, he could be mitzvah. But 1 second, why did Rabbi Yehuda just tell you that a suma is pata from all mitzvahs? So even if he saw the sun, he shouldn't be able to be mitzvah. Why limit it to someone who was blind his whole life? Even if you saw the sun, he can be mitzvah you from Kriya Shema. After all, he's a suma, and a suma is pata from all the mitzvahs. That's the kasha he has. Okay, let's jump down. Where the lines get wide, the fourth line down, towards the end of the line, like 5 words in, it says Venera. You have it? Venera? This is important. You have it, everyone? Venera. The Afal Gav, the Potter Reb Yehuda Suma Mikol HaMitzvahs, Mikol Mokom Midrabanan Chayiv. Even if a Suma is Potter Mitzvahs, he be Chayiv Rabbanan. The Afal Gav, the Isha Miftara B'Mitzvahs Aseh Shes Man Groma. Okay, Mishum sheyesh, okay, Mishum yesh mitzvah harbe dechayeves behu. In other words, Freg Tosfos emphasizes the following: the kasher is how can be a mitzvah kriya shema? Says Tosfos he's chayv rabbanan. Good. Now, when you tell me that a suma is pater from mitzvahs, a woman's also pater from mitzvahs. She's pater all mitzvahs essay shazman grama, right? So, but the patur of suma is not the same as the patur for a woman, because when we say a woman is pater, it means completely afil de rabbanan, but a suma is chayiv rabbanan. So Tosfos has a problem. Why is a suma chayiv de rabbanan when he's pater from all the mitzvahs midaraisa, and a woman who's pater midaraisa is even pater midarabanan? On that we say, Mishum sheyesh mitzvahs harbe mechayeves behu. A woman's chayiv in all mitzvahs say, and she's chayiv in a few mitzvahs essays, right? Matzah, hakel, simcha. Aval suma ipatrus le mikol mitzvahs afilim midrabanan. If you're going to pat him like an isha in Cain, havilei k'may nachri she'einai taris v'Yisrael klal. It doesn't. Svara makes no sense that he should be pater completely. Then he's not a Jew at all. Even the less they hana. Avalon Rav and this Machai Midrabanan, who might see Achim Bidei Chavasan, the Achim Namile Machai Ve'el Midrabanan, the Kriyash Midrabanan, he Kidama Misha Mesu. So since Kriyash is the Rabbanan, according to his opinion, he'll be able to might see others the Rabbanan. Okay, that's his terrace of the Kasha. So it's an important insight. Even if you're going to say that Rabbi Yehuda holds that Sumas part from mitzvahs, that's only the Raisa. Midrabanan, he would be Chayav. You say this to Ketaisus to know. Says the Mishnah. Zeh Choyme Ba'adam Mibishar. This is a chumrah that Adam has over a shar. So Adam Mishalim in this case Tsar Ripu Shevas Ubaishes, right? In addition, Udemei Vladois. If a person hits a pregnant woman, has to pay to the husband the loss of the child. The Shari in Mishalim El Nezek Upatim and Vei Vladois. Right? Ish Kitim Namisav Mumba Misa. We had a limud for the Vladois. Hamakes Avives Imoy. V'liyasim Chabur. We had this Gemara yesterday. Someone hits his mother or his father. Does not make a chabura. So once you don't make a chabura, there's no chi of misa. V'chayvul b'chavei Yom Kippurim, which is a chi of kares, so there's no chi of misa. Chayiv b'kulan. We won't say kamlei because there's no misa. You b'chayiv b'nesek tzari p'shevas b'oishes. Hachayvel be'eved ivri, chayiv bekulon. If someone hits an eved ivri, you'll be chayiv in the 5. Chutz min hasheves. After all, if you hit the eved ivri and he can't work, so who's going to pay disability to him? I mean, it's your loss. He can't pay himself. Bisman shehu shaloi. That's when it says. Hachayvel be'eved kanani shalacherim chayiv bekulon. If you hit an eved kanani or somebody else, you chayiv nesek tzari b'sheves abayshus to the master. Rabbi Yehuda Aimer ein labad and boishes. There's no chiyav boishes. We'll see that. Cheresh shayt v'kodin pigiyas and ra. Meeting up with a cheresh shayt v'kodin in a court when it comes to halachas of nezikin and chavala is not a good thing. Why? Achayvel behen chayiv. It's if you hit them, you're chayiv. Behem shechavu b'acherim beturim. But cheresh shayt v'kodin, if they hit others, is pata. So it's a one-way street, and it's a win-lose situation, right? It's a win for them and a loss for you. However, v'isha pigiyas and ra, an ever and v'isha meeting up with them is also bad. Now they're different. An eved and an isha is different. In other words, when you say that there's no chiyuv, it doesn't mean they're pater. It means there's a chiyuv, but they can't pay. Pater means there's no chiyuv money. By an eved and an isha, there is a chiyuv money. There's just no place to collect from. She has nichsei miloig, and maybe a place to collect from. That's already raid. Now, however, so it's different. Cheresh shayt of a cotton fell is potter completely. Isha ve'eved is potter to pay, but there's a chiyuv. Memela, if the woman gets divorced in the skarsha eved, in that situation, chayav l'shalom, they have to pay. Okay, Bob is the inverse of the case above, where there was a chiyuv tashlumin because there wasn't a chiyuv misa. One hits a parent and makes a chabura. Now the person's chayav misa. Or someone does not in Yom Kippur with a chiyuv kares, but makes a chavola on his friend on Shabbos, which is a chiyuv misa, right? Then pata mikulan. If they should nada menavshay, we say come lebi the Rabbi Mine. If the person hits his ever kanani, he's pata from everything. Okay, guys, you good? Okay, now. Boy mine Reb Elazar Meirav. Reb Elazar asked the following from Rav. Reb Elazar asked the following question from Rav. Rabbi Elazar was a Talmud of, notice, guys, Rabbi Elazar, that means he was what? I told you the other day, he had smicha. He's an Amoira from Bavel, correct? He's an Amoira from Bavel. So, excuse me, I said Bavel, Eretz Yisrael, excuse me. Smicha from Eretz Yisrael, he's an Amoira from Eretz Yisrael. So, boy, Rabbi Elazar, may Rav, hachoyvel bibas ketana shel acherim, someone hits a katana of another man, chavalu lemi. Who gets it? Now, guys, there's 5 chiyuvim over here. Sar clearly goes to her. Right? Ripui, doctor bills, she needs to pay the doctor bills, right? Boishes, those go to her. The shiloh is the nesek and the sheves. This is your daughter. She's worth less now in the slave market. This is your daughter who could work for you. Now she can't. So who gets that payment? Who gets the nesek and the sheves? Who gets that payment? Says the Gemara, Chabal Lemi, Mi Aminon, Kivin the Aktile Rachmana Shvach Neurim, since the Torah goes ahead and gives to the father Shvach Neurim, Geshvach Neurim, La'av, Chabal Nami Davuhu. Now, what's Shvach Neurim? If you look at Rashi, Shvach Neurim La'av, Bineurim Besavia, Kol Shvach Neurim La'avia. All Shvach goes to the father. Afilu Kesef Kedushin, even Kesef Kedushin Shaloi, even the Kesef Kedushin. Now, you might remember, and if you don't, I'll remind you, we ended up saying this is only in Afaras Nedarim, that the father has the capacity to be made for Nedarim. So, what's the Gemara saying over here? Right? We said in Inyan Afaras Nedarim, the father has the koyach. That's what it means, the Shvach Nedarim. So why would you think Chaval is in the ballpark? So Tosfos speaks out, the bottom Tosfos, we're going to, for brevity's sake, I'll just tell you, it says a simin ba'alma over here. It doesn't mean literally. It means we see that he does get monetary compensation for Kedushin. Would he get monetary compensation for Nezek and Sheves? But not that this is the makar of the limud, because this limud is limited to what? To Hafaras Nedarim. Continues the Gemara. My timer, why would he go to the father? The Afchosa Mikaspa. And he could go ahead what? And sell her. Dilma, Shvach Urim Hu de Akni La Rachmana. Only Kesef Kedushin. The boy Lemimsala Lemuka Shchin. Because if he wanted to, he could have given over to somebody who's full of boils. So therefore he didn't. So Kesef Kedushin goes to him. Matzi Masar. Aval Chavala, Kivin Di Boy Maschabelba. He doesn't have a right to go ahead and Mischabelba to hit her. Leimatzi Chabal. Like Kanya Rachmana. The Torah does not give it to him. So that's a Shiloh. The Nesek and the Sheves does it go out to the father or not? The Nesek and the Sheves does it go to the father or not? That's the Shiloh. So guy has a bita katana, someone comes along and hits her. Again, we spoke out Tsar, Ripoy, and Boishes is going to go to her. What about the Nesek and the Sheves? Does it go to him? The smartest say it goes to him is we see that Kesef Kedushin goes to him. Says, no, maybe Kesef Kedushin goes to him because he has in his power to give over to somebody else. Mashen came out, even a person that's in not good condition. Mashen came out, Chavali doesn't have a right to, so maybe he doesn't get it. Well, no, maybe it's a monetary right and he would collect it. That's the Gemara Shaila. So Amalei, so Rav answered Rebbe Laza. Lo yizachzu ha-Torah la'av el shvach ne'urim bilvad. Only the Kesef Kedushin, but not Chavala. In other words, the Nezek and the Sheves will not go to the Nezek and the Sheves will not go to the father, it'll go to the daughter. That's what it says. Esevei, achayvel be'evid ivri, someone goes ahead and hits an evid ivri, chayiv bekulon. He's chayiv Nezek tzari b'Sheves, boishes, chutz min ha-Sheves, bisman shu shaloi. When it's Sheves, bisman that it belongs to him, right? Then the Sheves goes to who? Goes to the master. Guys, let's make the parallel. An Eved is to a master, like a bas katana is to the father. Yes? Good. You see that what? That except the Sheves, right? The Sheves goes what? The Sheves goes to him, but nothing else goes to him, right? Mashba and Nezek would not go to him. Mashba and Nezek would go what? To the daughter. But excuse me. So according to this, the Sheves should also go to what? You tell again, you Rav told, let me do it again. You Rav told me the Sheves goes to the father, goes to the girl, yes? The only thing that the father gets is Kesef Kedushin, says Rav. But the Sheves would go to who? To the daughter, yes? Now, an Eved Ivri is the same as a father. And that is the same as a daughter. And yet an Eved Ivri, the Sheves goes to the Adin. So who Adin, the Sheves of the daughter should go to the father. And you, Rav, said that what? It goes to her. That's the Kasha. Says the Gemara, Amar Abaya, Moide Rav b'Sheves the Maisi Yedeha, Ashas Boigris the Aviyo Have. Rav would be Moide, that Einachinami, the Sheves would go to him, the father. The Sheves, he's Moide, the Sheves would go to the father. Okay, so you ask a Kasha, Rav said that it goes to her. No, he was speaking about the Nesek and the Sheves. The Sheves would go, he'd be Maida, just like by the Eved, it goes to the master, the Sheves of the daughter would go to the father. Esevei, Hachayvel, Bibinoi Gadol, Yitin Loi Miyad. Someone hits his oldest child, he's a Gadol, he gives to him right away. Bibinoi Cotton, if he hits his Bibinoi Cotton, Yasalei Segula, he should make a Segula, we said, of funds that he can go ahead and invest in. And a chayv will be the katana. If someone hits his youngest daughter, meaning she's a katana, pater, she's pater. So what do you see? That it goes to the father. It doesn't go to what? The girl. And you, Rav, said the only thing the father gets is kesef kedusha, but Nezikim would go to the girl. Says the Gemara Hachnami b'Sheves. Here too, we're speaking about the Sheves. That would go to the father. But in Hachnami, the Nezik would go to the girl. Again, so according to the way we were masbid the Shiloh, guys, let's fair rice. The Gemara the Shiloh, when a person hits a bita katana, there's 5 chiyuvim, nesek tzari b'sheves boishes. We spoke out that the tsar, the ripoy, and the boishes clearly are going to go to the daughter. The Shiloh is in the nesek and the sheves. Where does that go to? Said Rav, it goes to the daughter. This Rav, it goes to the daughter. We had a kasha me'evidivri, the sheves goes to the master. So the Gemara, you're right. Rav will be the Sheves goes to the master. We have a raya that anyone who hits a younger daughter, everything goes to her. Not everything goes to her, not even the Sheves. Right? So everything goes to the father. So the Gemara said the Sheves, but the Sheves would go out to the except the Sheves would go to the father. The last case, right? everything. It doesn't mean everything goes to the father. If somebody hits the beat the katana, it means only the sheves goes to the father, disability. But according to Rav, the nezik would go to her. Okay, now we're gonna have a brisa, guys, over here, and a brisa is a little. It gets a. I have a chart that I'm going to put up, and we'll go through the brisa a little bit, put it on the chart, and we'll see the kachas as it evolves. Okay, says the Gemara. You just said above, someone hits his oldest child, right? A gadol, the child's a gadol. He has to pay him nesek tzaripu sheves abayishas immediately. Uriminu. Someone hits others. Okay. If someone hits his own children, shaloi potter, you potter. But you just told me if you hit your oldest child, the gadol, it goes what to the oldest child. I keep on saying oldest. I mean, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. Someone goes ahead and hits his oldest children, yitin lamiyad. You give it to him immediately. We have a brisa that says pata, you don't pay them at all, right? But you pata. In other words, if you hit them, you pata. How do you explain the stira? And for the Gemara, let's see it inside. Look in the Gemara. Amri loy kasha, kan kishe al shulchanoi. When do you go ahead and the pata that you don't have to pay them? Is that where you're financing them? You're taking care of them monetarily. Kan kishein smuchim al shulchanoi. Okay, so guys, look at the chart now. Here's your stira. Over here it says they get the money. Over here it says your potter. Here's the teretz. If you are supporting them, if you're not supporting them, they're adults, you're not supporting them, then you have to pay them immediately. If, however, they're being supported by you and you hit them, then you potter from paying. So that's the way to answer. This is the teretz is the two over here. Good? Guys, you have it? Guys, say, give me a head nod. You good? Now, okay. So with this in mind, we're going to have problems with some of this other piskei halachas now, okay? We're going to go through, and I'll show it to you on the board over here. But Mayu Kmiso the Kamaisa, this first brisa you're saying is speaking, B'shein Smuchim HaShulchanai. It's speaking where you're not supporting them. Ihachi Ema Seifa, the Seifa of the first brisa. Hachayvu B'bitoi HaKatana Pater. Here you go. Hachayvu B'bitoi HaKatana. If you go ahead and you hit your bita katana, your pata. V'loy oid el acherim shechavlu ba chayavim litein lavia. Right? But acherim shechavlu ba chayavim litein lavia. Others that hit her, right? Others that hit her, the chayiv to give what to the father. It says it goes to the father, right? So here it says it goes to the father. Now, if you're telling me that, guys, look. It says that you're chayiv to give to the father. It says over here they're not samech on the shulchan. If they're not samech on the shulchan, why is the father getting anything? But you're supposed to give it to her. The be'inim izayne, because she has to support herself. It's speaking, fellas, watch. Abbas katana da'acherim, right. Okay, so guys, if someone else hits her, you have to give sheves to who? To the father. Why are you giving to the father if it's not samech on the shulchan, right? You have the kasha? Fellas, look at the chart. Please. This brisa is speaking, this is the brisa, it's speaking where the child is not being supported by the father. If the child is not being supported by the father, why, if other people hit her, does the father get the money? Good? Why does other people get the money? Back in the Gemara now. Right? She has to support herself. And even if a person could tell an Eved, you work for me and I won't take care of you. In other words, you're not samech on my shulchan. You work the whole day. And at night, go rent yourself out and you'll eat. By Evidiri, it says it should be good to him with you. Imach b'malcha, you have to go ahead and feed him your same food. Imcha b'mishteh, the same drink, like kol shekain bitoi. So l'chayra, guys, why in the world would the father take the girl's food? After all, he's not supporting her. So if he's not supporting her, he has to give her food. So how could he go ahead and take it away from her? Says the Gemara, Kidama Rava Brei Ravula Lenitzcha Elula Dafa. She has food. He has to support her. What we're speaking about is anything more beyond the norm. She has extra, she has the normal food. When it says over here, you give for the father, it means what are you giving her? The extra food. You're giving the one the Hadafa. Okay. So that two steers. One, we answered up over here, the steer over here, you give it to the older children or potter. We said it depends if they're being supported or not. We said over here, it's being supported. Why in the world is the father getting, if he has to support her, why is the not supporting her, why is the father getting the money? Because he is supporting it, giving him a zainis, but the hadafa, the extra, is going to the father. Now, b'mayu kimter lebasraisa, b'smuchen ha-shulchanoi, gedolim yitim lehem miyad, ketanim yasim segula. Okay, so this case, guys, right? Over here by the ketanim, you're going to make a skula. Yasel is skula, you're going to make a skula for what? For the ketanim. Ketanim yasim skula. Amai, lavim l'bay l'mesav. Since the father's supporting him, why do they get the money, guys? The father should keep it. Guys, the father's supporting them, right? Other people damage them. Yeah, you make a trust fund. Why are you making a trust fund for them? After all, the father's supporting him. Any damage that happens to them, he should get the money, right? That's the kash. You guys see it on the board? Look, they're being Saimach al-Shulchanai, Yashle Skula, right? They're going to get the money. Why are they getting the money? If he's supporting them, he should get the money. And for the Gemara, Amri, Kika Kapid, Memidi de Chasar. When are they makbid? That's something where it's a loss to him. It costs him money. Memidi de Asim Alma like Kapid. But something that comes from another spot, he's not makbid. Pirish. When these get injured, it's not costing them anything, right? They get injured. So they get injured. He's supporting them anyway. So he's not makbid. He's a benevolent guy. It's like they won the lottery, You got a little insurance claim, right? They got a little insurance claim, let him keep it. Says the Gemara, 1 second. So you're telling me we're at a place where there is no monetary loss, but no sweat of his back. He lets them keep it where he's supporting them. But mitzia, if they find a mitzia, the ma'alma kasi, it's a lottery, right? It becomes ma'alma, v'kakapid, and l'chayra, the mitzia of the B'nai HaKatan goes to the father. But 1 second, why should it go to the father? If it's winning the lottery, let the kid keep it. Says Gemara, Amri, Rafcha de Kasilam Alma, a windfall that comes me Alma, the less loot Sora de Gufaya begava, and there's no physical pain to the child. Kapit, then he is makbid. Avachavala, this belut Sora de Gufayu, umi Alma Kasi, less like kapit. He's not makbid. In other words, Vahasam, the Islate Sira de Gufa, umi Alma Kasila, because that's a kasha. Good. Now, guys, outside. And this column over here, you're telling me the following. The father supports them, and nonetheless, the kid's getting the money. Fred the Gemara, why is the kid getting the money? And for the Gemara, it's a lottery. It's a win. Fred the Gemara, Mitzia is also a lottery, and he's makbid. There's a difference between Mitzia and Chavala. Mitzia is a lottery, is a win-win. It's no sweat off the guy's back. The kid didn't suffer at all. He's makbid. He wants to get the money. Masha'en came where it's an insurance claim, and the kid is good, it comes me alma, but the kid is suffering. In that case, where he suffers, the father says, keep the money. That's the difference between the two. Fred the Gemara now. The ha'asam this late sarid the gufa umi alma kaase the kakapid diktani v'lo yoyid ella acherim shechavlu boy chayavim litain lo la'aviyah acherim that hit you have to give the father. So guys, look, why is the father getting it? Guys, look, ain't samchal shulchan aviyah, right? Father's not taking care of them, and you're telling me that what? That the father gets the money. But why would he care? If he comes me alma, why would he care? Why? If this child is getting damaged, why should he care? Why do you keep the money? He should let the child keep the money. Why does it go to the father? You're telling me a svara, if it's a lottery with pain, that the child keeps it. Over here, why would the child keep it? By over here, where it says that the shevis goes to the father. And for the Gemara Hassam, the Gavri Kapdonahu, over there, this guy is a makbid. How do you know this guy's a captain, fellas? Because look at guys, look at the chart. This guy has a young child and he told him to go to work. I'm not feeding you anything. This child is not being supported. This guy's a mak, this guy's a tough guy. Hey, you want to eat? Go to work, kid. He's not supporting the child. So therefore he's makbid. If he's makbid, he gets the money. Even if it's a lottery with pain, he's makbid. Over here in the second brisa, the lav gaver katana, who since he's the simcha shulchana, obviously the guy's not a captain, he's supporting his kids. He's only makbid immediately the chasale, something that he takes a loss. The midi the asim alma, and we'll just add the midi the asim alma, and also there is tsar like kapid. He's not makbid. So that would explain. I think that I'm really glad I did put that chart out there. It does explain things well, right? It sets it up nicely. Oh, it's a lot of words. Now, my skula, we use the word you make a skula. What exactly is the skula? When it says skula, what exactly is skula? So Rav Chisda Amar, Sefer Torah. Rav Chisda says it's Sefer Torah. Sefer Torah is why that you eat its payers in this world and the Karen's there for the next world. That's a skula, right? It's a spiritual skula. Rabbi Baruch Huna Amanoi, it really means a physical skula. Dikla, you buy a palm tree. Dachumine kamre. You eat the dates from it. We just had Tu B'Shvat, right? It renews itself all the time, and therefore that's a skula. Okay, now Reish Lakish agrees with Rav. What did Rav say going back? That the Torah, the nezek, again, the nezek of a basketana will go to the child. Sheves will go to the father. So now, Sa Ripoy Boishes and nezek will go to the child. Okay, and Reish Lakish agrees with that. Reish Lakish agrees with Rav. La'av el sheves shvach neurim belvad. Only shvach neurim is kesef kedushin, and he'll be moida by sheves. Rabbi Yochanan Amar afilu p'tzia, even p'tzia goes to the father. Even p'tzia goes to the father. So in other words, he wouldn't be moida. It says p'tzia sakadaitach. P'tzia afilu Rebbe Lazar like kami boile el chavala. The afskam mikaspa. Now, guys, the havamina of right, like the havamina p'tzia means you have a wound that will not go ahead, and she's sold on the slave market, or kesef kedushin will not go ahead and be a detriment. So let's say she has a wound on her back, a wound on her stomach, something that you can't see. So when it comes to marrying her off, it's not going to be a problem. So he said that even B'tzia will go to the daughter. What kind of havamina? That it would go to the father? I feel Rebbe Lazar like kami boile. What goes to the father? Elachavala the apchse mikaspa nezek. The whole shaila was nezek. That's going to go ahead and lower her value on the slave market. That was the shaila that Rebbe Lazar presented to Rav, and Rav said no, it goes to the daughter. But B'tzia, no one. Of course that. Not even a shaila, but that clearly was hers. It doesn't belong to the father. So what is Rabbi Yochanan answering? The chiddush of Rabbi Yochanan was that even if she gets a wound on the face, which Leinian is going to go ahead and put her value down, nonetheless that would go to the father. That would not go to her. So he argues on Rav and he argues on Reish Lakish. Wish everyone a great day. Thank you.